Hey guys, it's WIP Wednesday time. So what I painted Wednesday, or work in progress Wednesday. Every week we get together, we have a look at what you guys have been working on, what I've been working on to kind of keep the hobby buzz going. Most of us are locked inside at the moment, so actually sharing our work like this is kind of like, I love it. I love seeing what you guys are working on, and we're at the point now where we can start seeing people's projects from like beginning to finish, and it's just awesome. So thank you for me personally, for my sanity boost I get from seeing what you guys are working on. And hey, every week I feel a rush to get some paint on the go so I can show it off. So that's good. It's good hobby kind of energy. I appreciate it. If you want to share what you've been working on, drop us an email, theboneheadpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll try and get to everybody's content. If I miss something out, just send the email again and say, Ben, you missed it. Not doing it on purpose, just sometimes I get things lost because we get a ton of emails and stuff. So awesome to see. Right, let's have a look at my meager hobby this week. Okay, so let's start with what I've been working on. I've been carrying on with the Black Orc team. It is mostly just finishing off the colours and stuff. I did drop this guy and I've lost his finger somewhere, which is quite a serious problem for that. Right, let's start off with nonsense projects. So I did finish printing the pieces for this. I haven't finished building it yet, and nor have I started painting, but this guy is massive. Like, let's grab Black Orc for size. Like, this is just an absolute monster of a miniature. So I'm having a great time with the Battlefleet Gothic stuff. It's just nice to have a bit of a palette cleanser. And the good thing is, when I do get around to finishing my Bloodball teams and I can start painting this Battlefleet stuff, it paints up really quickly. And man, is it impactful. So talking of printing, Punga did their Patreon update this month, and they released their Underworld team. So I printed one of the trolls, the troll. They've now released it without a goblin on the hand, so I'm gonna have to print another one, but it's still a pretty cool miniature. And talking of miniatures, you guys probably saw, but I got hold of the Forge World releases for Bloodball this month. We got Gretchen and Scroll. So they're cool. They're expensive for what you get. The detail is cool, but I'm going to paint them up kind of the same scheme as my Necro team. So I've got to base them and prime them. I'll do that ready for next week. But I have started painting my Necro team, the Midheim Crawlers. So got the guys on Patreon to come up with some names for the team. It's a spider themed team, so you'll see that there are spiders everywhere on these guys. I haven't finished painting them, not by a long shot, but I started getting the colours down. Can we get that to zoom in properly? Come on, just once. Just once, do the zoom in. There we go. So as you can see, I'm going with red and yellow. I've just started putting the base colours down on these guys, but I know I should be working on the Black Orcs and finishing them off. But what I'm going to do is, I've got 3 Blood Bowl teams on the go at the moment, and I'm going to get them all to like base colour status, and then way close to finishing them. And then it just takes a couple of evenings to like add the detail, add the finish. So we've got more spider there. The whole idea is that every one of these miniatures has got a spider on it somewhere. Obviously I've not painted the spiders yet, but the team is looking pretty cool. I'm very happy with the colour choice. I think they're going to pop, and it'll be fun to play this team against the Black Orc team, because I kind of got Buccaneers for Black Orcs and Chiefs red and yellow here. So that's completely unintentional, but it was a cool Super Bowl. So that is my painting. I'm sure there was something else, but I cannot remember what it is. Oh well, I'll show it off next week. So yeah, aiming to get more work done on these guys, and moving towards the Black Orc team before I find my light grey. I think I'm looking for Ulthuan grey, so I can start painting up the additional white on these guys. I think once I start getting a couple of miniatures for each team finished, I'll be way on the way. So let's start off with Christian. Hey Ben, love the shows, keep up the good work. Thank you, Christian. Here are 3 converted gutter runners, a blizzer and a thrower, as well as 2 sacrifices, line rats for my cheese seller raiders. That's pretty fair way to describe line rats. I want unique positionals and don't mind doing a bit of green stuff and milliput work to get them there. All the brown plastic is from the Spike Claws Swarm set, Warhammer Underworlds. They make great conversion bases for Blood Bowl. They seriously do. We've seen a really great Mollog kicking around as well. I still need to copy that. I do need to copy that. Also added the trophies I made for our now suspended tabletop league. Ugh, sad times. They can be used as markers in future leagues, tournaments, as well as reminders that we sometimes win. They're made from small Christmas decorations. Rag. That is absolutely fantastic. So, great conversion works here. I'm assuming gutter, gutter, gutter. Really good job on the cloak. Like, really good job sculpting that cloak. Milliput and green stuff. I think you've got some skills here that we are not aware of. That is really cool. Oh, so gutter runner arm and a thrower basis with a twisted tail and a cloak makes a really good gutter runner. That is genius. I love the spikes. Oh, look at that. The blitzer helmet. That's fantastic. Green stuff worked there. Line rat, and the thrower. Thrower looks more like a smuggler, I imagine. The Warhammer Underworlds, or just the AOS Skaven, are quite a bit smaller than the Bloodball ones. But nice hustle. Spreading stuff in. In fact, is that alignment? That is alignment body. That's a clever way to do it. Really, really cool. And look at these Christmas decorations turned into tournament prizes. That's cool. I really like that. In fact, we need to do that for our league as well. Because you're right, it's important to remind ourselves that we win stuff. Lovely work there. Okie dokie, what have we got next? We have got Dustin. Project Guardians is done. Behold the new Inzel Sentinels along with Griff and referees. Also, since you were distracted, here's what's on the table from last week. Mocking Beast as Deathbed, the bed that eats. Space Marine, Chaplain, Meat Thresher, Vampire, House Escher's Gang, Caveman Hut, Halloween decoration work in progress, and Fun Box. Right, so this is Project Guardians. This is Paladin. We saw this. Right, great work on the black armor. It really pops. Finished really well. We saw these. We've seen this. It's really cool. We're seeing these projects like from start to finish now, and that's just awesome. Makes up for my meager hobby skills. So I love this. Great work on the black. The edging is effort, but the team looks fantastic. Nice work on the logos as well. That is, you get serious points for that, dude. Tokens all done as well. Right. What is this? Mocking Beast as Deathbed, the bed that eats. Space Marine Chaplain. There we go. That is interesting. Is that a 3D print? It's got an element to it. That's cool. That's really cool. This, right? Meat Thresher. I'm assuming this is the Meat Thresher. Now this is War Machine Hordes, isn't it? For a second, I was like, oh man, that is a heck of a death roller. That is something that Blood Bowl is in the need of. We need giants back, and we need war machines in there. Like multi-squared war machines. Like this. Like catapults. Like, anyway, I'm getting distracted. That is sweet. I love this. So this is the bed that eats. You cannot beat a good mimic creature. That is a cool vampire. That's some great stuff there. Absolutely brilliant. Sorry for missing your bits out last week. Okay, we've got Howard next. Hey Ben, been following the channel for a few months now. Great stuff. Keep up the good work. Thanks very much, Howard. So I'm new-ish to Blood Bowl. Played once with minis about 10 years ago, which actually got me into painting minis, but have played plenty on the PC. Fantastic. Got given the 2016 base set last November for my birthday from the same guy I played my one and only live game with 10 years back. That guy is doing Nuffle's work and painted them up. Got myself a Skaven team, yes, because it has the best thrower in the game. Don't they all? I think it is probably the best thrower in the game. Love it. Anyway, the picks, I kind of speed painted these, but then went back and did a bit more work on a few of them. Still need to find where I placed my flock, etc. I can't find mine, and I need to finish up my dudes. I'll just have to buy some more, I think. Breakdown of where I am with my teams. So let's have a look. We've got the Skaven team here. Pretty much done. Same colour scheme as the Undies. Saving money. Nice. Not a fan of Rat Ogre in 7. In Skavens, might want another Gutter. I have 3. 4 Gutter Runners is good. The Rat Ogre is good, but you have to give up a ton of capital. And I just... not sold. Not sold. It's great. But I would rather have the 4 Gutters than the Rat Ogre. But that's just me. That's just me Skavening. Love the team. I love... Is that... I'm not sure if those are transfers on the shoulder pads. Clever. Using the same scheme in there with the Underworlds. Got the Goblin and 2.1 billion Snotlings. Just need a Rat Ogre. I am a fan of Rat Ogre in Underworld. Absolutely. The Snotlings just feed Just feed the Rat Ogre. It works brilliantly. I'm loving Underworld in Blood Bowl 2020. I cannot wait to start seeing them perform because that team's going to be sweet. This is a cool Orc team. Great blending on the armour and the transfers make it pop. More or less complete. Troll is based but not painted. That just describes basically every miniature I own, I think. This is cool as well. Humans more or less complete. See below in Dwarves OWA. Right, first of all, let's have a look at this. So, I love the work on the flames here. The dark green really works well with the red, which is interesting because we talk about that on the podcast. Last week? Don't know. Last week, maybe. Really nice. Really nice. I love the way this team comes together. And the numbers on the pad there, actually, I really like that. I think that's cool. I haven't done that with my guys. I think I'm going to have to do that. Anyway, let's just wrap up here with Howard's. Dwarves OWA just bought some dwarves and they're incoming, so we'll build up and send some work in progress pics. Brilliant. I have a couple of halflings still to paint up and we'll colour scheme them with the dwarves. Plus, hopefully grab a tree at some point for OWA. We'll be buying some more humans. Some will join the OWA guys, but 2 blitzers will head off to complete the human team. Kind of doing the same colour scheme for Dwarf, OWA and Skaven Undies to save cash. Absolutely right. COVID has not been kind to my bank balance. Yeah, it's a bad situation all round. Anyway, please feel free to post these. I will flock when I find it. Send you some updates, the other bits and bobs as they come in. I've painted up a Snotling team, but I didn't do them. But I think I may buy a box of these in some time in the future, as I might need 4.2 billion snots. It's the best number of Snotlings. That's great stuff, Howard. Thank you very much. Mike, love the podcast. Here are my Blood Bowl templates and counters. The templates are sprayed Chaos Black, coated the templates with red glitter, and highlighted the numbers and symbols with gold, red and yellow. The counters are the old 2002 counters updated for 2020. So, love the templates, good scheme. Hopefully that matches one of your teams, that'd be pretty cool. But this is sweet. I love this. So these are the old cardboard tokens from the 3rd edition box set. And absolutely brilliant. It's great to see a little blaster in the past there. That's fantastic. Really cool stuff there, Mike. Really cool. Okay, Old Man Shredder. Here we go. Here's an update and what I painted. Right. I think I've got the pictures in the wrong order here. So there's some stuff about Dark Elves, but I can't see the pictures for Dark Elves. Then it's the Landgrafts. Couldn't get Griff built. Over to the home team of Blorkridge Arena. The Blorkridge, right, this must be the Black Orcs first. Okay, the Blorkridge Black Orcs. To note here, there is a ghoul on the shoulder of Varag. Isn't in any way unhappy. Here's the not-so-young star reporter of the Ghoul Gazette doing his depth reportage on Varag's life. Going on his 5th year of covering that story from the front row. Nice. So, I love the Black Orc team cover. Right, this is the Nurgle Legionnaires 7s teams. We saw this in work in progress and it was gross. This team is gross and it's awesome. I love the pitch. I love the bases. Nurgle just doing a great job, and that beast of Nurgle is horrific. Here's the little guy, loving life, doing the reporting. I love that. I like the colour scheme here. The yellow and the pink works really well against the kind of dark flesh of the goblins and of the orcs and the dark armour. Love that. Great job on the eyes there. Hate painting eyes. That's brilliant. And the rest of the Black Orc team, you've got the troll in the background there. I really love the pink and yellow chevrons. I think I'm going to have to use that for a future team, because that is very cool. And that is just very horrible, but nicely done. Oh, what a great team shot. Love the dugout, love the pitch. This team looks fantastic. That colour scheme is awesome. But, I mean, look at the work on the sign there. That is just fantastic. Absolutely love this. This is lovely. This looks... Yeah, chuck this in a White Dwarf. You know, this would be sweet. This would get a ton of people into Blood Bowl. Okie dokie. We've got some Landgrafts. Couldn't get Griff. So this is the Human Nobility team. Ooh, that's beautiful. Again, love the basing. Love that yellow and white combination with the little red stripes on the trousers as well. That is a really lovely team. The banner is genius. I've got some 3D files for some banners. Thinking I might use those for my team rerolls, and you have absolutely told me that is the right thing to do. This team looks fantastic. Loving nobility. Here's the Dark Elves. I think I just downloaded the pictures in the wrong order. This is my Dark Elf team, the Hargreave Harlots. This was painted before I got a magnifying desk lamp. Old eye isn't what it was. I've experimented a bit with the bases. Some are plastic Some are made of plastic ice cream boxes and some of coffee stirrers. Oh, clever. So gone with the kind of plank thing. I love the red and yellow. Red and yellow is what I'm working with my Necro team. So red, yellow, black looks really cool. Never get bored of seeing this. This is Clinton. Hey Ben, Big Mac Mel managed to get the Orky Town Snotrag Stadium completed this week. Now it's time to work on the dugouts and turn counters. So let's have a look at this. Look at this. This is an absolute work of art. I'm going to assume you've got like a hobby bunker or something because you've got some big buildings in the background. But we're going to flick through some of these pictures. So pitch looks great. All of this shanty stuff is awesome. But look at all the work that they've gone to put these signs up. Absolute detail. Hogs here. All this gear all the way around. Love it. Booker King. This is great. The detail is fantastic. There's a little dude in the middle as well. That is cool. And just a couple... Look at this. We've got little tiny trash bags. That is genius. I love the bit of 40k mech stuff. This is fantastic. This is just a work of art. Genuinely. This is brilliant. I would love to play a game in this, Plopsy. That's brilliant. Zombway. Prime Orc is probably my favourite one there. Look at that. Hey, we're featuring. This is brilliant. We're in there. But look at that. Little guy on the ladder doing the scores. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing work there, Clinton. P.S. I did a tutorial type video on the stadium over my YouTube channel if you'd like to check it out. Really want to try and inspire as many people as possible to make their own stadiums. It brings matches to a whole other point. Yes, I am terribly sorry though, Clinton. I don't know if I've got a link to your YouTube channel, so please send it across and then yeah, we'll have a look at it. Says thanks for all your awesome content. It's been truly motivating and inspiring, getting me super hyped to start playing. That's brilliant. That's what we're all about. We've got some stuff here from Alexis now. Hey Ben, for my first participation, I'm quite happy to present to you my human team. It's comprised of an ogre, the 2016 starting team, the Forge World human booster, and 3 of my own modelled miniatures. The miniatures I designed are a proxy for Griff. I've kept the second head from the booster. Clever. And 2 halflings. You may found a picture just after I printed them. The Griff proxy was painted by a talented friend, the rest by me. I need to finish 4 guys and bases. For those who want, I uploaded on Thingiverse the halflings. 2 halfling catchers are all ready to go. The community wants it. I make them create a complete team. For the next week, I'll show you my converted lizard man and Alexis. Okay, cool. So look at this. This is sculpted by Alexis. That is just fantastic. We've got some great shots of it painted as well. So whoever your friend is insanely talented. That's just lush. Right, the miniature is fantastic, but the painting is also phenomenal. That is just incredible. And we got the human team. So there's the Griff with the humans. Solid paint scheme there, looking really good. And here's a little cheeky halfling. So is this must be the other halfling miniature. Look at that. That's great. What fantastic work on the face. Love the painting. Love the miniatures. I'm going to try and remember to put the Thingiverse in the link in the show notes. Please comment, guys, if I forget, because it takes me a while to edit the videos and then I tend to forget these things. So yeah, do let me know. But these miniatures look really sweet. I had a failed print, so I'm not printing anything at the moment, or I need to. I need to print a lot of stuff actually, but not the case. But look at that. Right, painting is just unnecessarily good, and the miniatures are really cool fun as well. They look like straight out of the video game. Alexis, really cool. Pascal, hello. I'm fairly new, about 8 to 10 games under my belt. Bloodball player, but a long time Warhammer Fantasy Battle and more time player. Nice, respect. I've just painted my very first 2 Bloodball teams. Me and some friends also had our first small one-day tournament. I'm native Swede and I hail from northern Sweden, so if you run into any Swedes on your channel, I'll be happy to have new players around, guys. Get in contact. As for pictures, the first ones portray my necromantic horror team, so let's have a look. Okay. Went for a variation of the Games Workshop scheme for them, but went rather matte, still keeping with the Hollywood theme of the players. Having painted these and just bought the new starter set, I also painted the Black Orc team. Now with these, some details are still missing which may be noticeable from the pictures. They are up to tabletop standards, I figure, but some of them lack details on the black parts. See the goblins on the left of their uniforms. In any case, with these I wanted a more stock stark contrast and traditionally gaudy colours to suit the sports theme of the game. Here we go. So let's have a look at the Undead team. Yeah, I like that, like the green edging on the armour. I like that work there with the shine on the armour. Like you said, gone for a matte finish. Your ghosts look better than mine, so you get points for that. And the orange stripes on black, that's solid. That's really good. Oh, that looks great. Alright, this team looks really, really, really good. I'm very distracted by the Black Orc team in the background. And here we go. Alright, look at that. That yellow-orange shading is fantastic. Really love that. That looks like that just looks like it's going to pop on the tabletop. I think you said there's some details missing in the black, but you don't need it at all. You say this is tabletop ready, but that orange is beautifully done. The troll, fantastic. Look at the shading on the belly there. Really great job. Great job on the sign as well, getting the variations of the wood while you're doing the hand painting there. Really cool. Really, really, really cool. He says, as for the tournament itself, I got 2 wins and a draw with my Necro team, putting me on top. Well done. The other players are Renegades, Halflings, and Dark Elves. Fantastic. Go Necro. Hope you enjoy the pictures, and I can't wait. Yeah, post some more later on. Thanks, Pascal. Sammy, hi. First submission for WIP Wednesday. The first 3 minis I've painted this year. Slow, but hey, at least I'm making progress. Absolutely. I don't know how many miniatures I've actually finished this year. Probably shouldn't count. I think it might be 1. Actually already started these last year. Only the 4 gutter runners to go. Miniatures are Punga Miniatures, Pirates team, Cursed Crew version. So, I love these pink Punga miniatures. And the painting here is fantastic. Great edge highlighting. Brilliant blending on the tail. I love the scheme. The purple's brilliant. Nice job on the tentacle claw thing. It's a great bunch of miniatures. And nice job with the basing as well. This looks cool. Oh, actually, that's really nice. That metal effect. In fact, your highlighting and shading is just really lovely. This team is going to look great when it's done. And we've got a team here from Chris now. Hi Ben, just getting back into Blood Bowl and as something to occupy me during furlough. It is a dangerous thing to start. First bought the game back in 1988 and the revised edition several years ago, but never got around to painting anything. Just completed painting my first team, colour scheme based loosely on the New Orleans Saints. Keep up the great work of the podcast. Regards, Chris. Thanks very much, Chris. Okay, team looks great. We're going to do a bit of a zoom here. So you've got the kind of ivory gold and black scheme. Looks absolutely brilliant. You know me, I love Skaven teams, so it's great to see. That's actually a really striking colour scheme. And I like the way you've based it to go along with the core set. Looking cool. Who's the Rat Ogre? That's massive. Is that Mantic? It looks like a kind of Mantic style miniature. Really, really sweet there. Nice job. Right, what have we got next? We've got Alexander. Alex. Hey Ben, I've been a Blood Bowl fan since 2nd edition. Same here. But only started painting miniatures last November. This Undead team from the 90s is the 3rd team I've finished painting now. The zombie being my unlikely hero from the team. Keep up the amazing work, Alex. Brilliant, Alex. So, this is like... What's this? This is from the 90s, this team. This is the old metal Undead team. This is the kind of original champions of... Was it Death or was it Undeath when they released the box? Anyway, the team looks fantastic. I love these miniatures. They are proper classic. Going for the classic skin tones, the blue and the green. Red and green works really well as a combo. We're seeing a lot of that at the moment. And it looks really cool. Just look at these models. They are great. So you think the standard Blood Bowl mummies, like the current ones, don't look strength 5. These were just big dudes back in the day that were just strength 5 because they were magic, which is sweet. Those classic white miniatures look brilliant as well. Look at these. These are great, man. This looks great. I love these old miniatures. Look at that. That is just so classic Games Workshop. Team looks absolutely fantastic, Alex. This is it. This is the hero. Yeah, picked up on this guy. Great work on the eyes. That really pops. Love the scheme. Love the finish, love the team. Brilliant job. And appropriately, we're going into Graveyard here. This is Dave. Hi, I thought I'd show my most recent project off, a Graveyard Blood Bowl pitch. It's still not complete yet. The trees and standing gravestones are magnetised so they can be removed. So the tree can be magnetised. Brilliant. Look at that. This looks more like a Necromunda, not Necromunda, but a Mordheim board or something. Like the trees, that gives a really great effect, I think. Look at this. That is a really sweet pitch. I think we saw the start of this with the construction of the corners there. This is brilliant. I love the pathway effect. It's a really cool way of blocking out everything going on. I like that, and I love the fact you've got magnets in it as well to move the trees. Yeah, oh, I saw the whip of this. This is absolutely sweet. So these are magnetized, so they come off, but actually just add to the whole thing. These 3D printed trees, because they work brilliantly. Look at that. So every square is cut out, sand chucked on there. Oh, man, that is just an awesome pitch. I'd love to play a game on that. Cheeky candle detail in the corner. Old skeleton shields to mark the squares. That's brilliant as well. Some serious work has got into that, Dave. That is absolutely awesome. Kevin says, hey Ben, thanks for the kind words last week. You are welcome. Following on, I do indeed have a Croque Cigar, but it missed the priming window with the rest of the team. That can happen in winter and in summer in some places in the world. First time dealing with resin, so cleanup wasn't the best, and I even forgot to wash the model. Oh, that's a killer. Sometimes you can get away with it. The Fanath stuff does tend to feel a bit greasy though. Got a Star Priest on the way to use as the coach, and fingers crossed a skink with a chainsaw gets released. That would be brilliant. On to Undead next. Cheers, Kev. So look at this. We did look at Kev's team. You can probably remember it just by looking at the beautiful blending of the feathers. The scheme really pops. The gold is understated. The green skin looks proper Jurassic Park. And then to have those bright colours as well just makes it look really kind of jungly. That's just love it. I love this team. That was awesome. Great stuff, Kev. Right, now we've got some cool little stuff here. Barry. Good morning, Ben. Many thanks for the continued vlogs. Keep up the great work. Man, my pleasure. Thought I'd send some WIP of my upcoming Renegades team. Alright, there's some cool stuff here. So let's zoom in ever so slightly. So Renegades here. Looks like Barry's done a few pretty sweet conversions. Now, I love this Minotaur. I love the corn scheme. But let's have a look. This Goblin with 2 heads. Got to be done. Everyone loves the Renegade Goblin. If you don't love the Renegade Goblin, you may not like Bloodball. I don't know. That's an Orc. Is that a head swap from 40k or something? Or a 3D printed head? Love that. That Ogre head. I don't know if that's a head swap as well. Or whether you've... That looks familiar. And nice job on the Skaven. Love the scheme. Here we go. So let's have a look at the 2-headed Goblin. Cool fire motif in the middle. And that's a really, really cool conversion. I wonder what's on the base behind him. Oh, gross. Alright, it's a body part. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But that does give us a shot at where Barry's converted the piece there. Either constructing a ridge with green stuff or something just to fill it in, or just filling the neck out. That's brilliant. That looks really good. Come on, guys. Help me out here. The face. Is that the Ogre miniature? Just with a mohawk? Or is that a different head? I'm probably missing something massive here. Anyway, that looks very cool. That looks very old school chaos. And then, yeah, is that a 40k orc head, or is that just a green sculpt, green skin, green stuff sculpted bandana? I love it. I think it looks wicked. Proper wasteland. And guys, you know me, I'm a huge fan of Skaven. Looks like the tail's been slightly adjusted to remove the ball. Looking cool, man. I cannot wait to see the rest of the team. Okie dokie. Powell here. Pablo, sending you one of the most controversial / hated jobs in Blood Bowl, the referees. Whether you've bribed them or not, they can send off your players if you commit a foul. The new miniatures are amazing and so characterful. They were pretty fun to paint. Pablo, this is looking great. So where do we start here, guys? The 5 o'clock shadow is superb. That's worked out brilliantly. I mean, judging by the rest of the painting here, I'm not surprised, but that is a really cool effect. Lovely edge highlighting there. That's just going to absolutely pop. Look at the little work there to give a leather kind of binding finish. Really cool. That is some serious work on the face there. Love the stripes, love the finish, love the scroll. These referees look fantastic, Pablo. And talking of dwarves, can we zoom out? Let's zoom out. Here we go. it's time for the Resident Dwarf. Graham, all ready to start my Blood Bowl 7's Lockdown League. I can't meet up to play fixtures, so my teams will have to face each other. The crowd are ready, the weather's fine, the ogres have just got a blitz on the kickoff table. Barakvar Brukin versus the 10 City Titans. So we have seen these teams already. Great way to make a little Blood Bowl 7's pitch. Fantastic. Love the logo, actually. Really love the logo. Love the logo, love the pitch, love the teams. Hey Ben, Jelly again, working on my rotters. Looked at some YouTube videos for rotting flesh and have gone to town on these guys and having an absolute blast. Didn't think they were that special when I assembled them, but they've quickly become some of my favourites. Greetings from the Netherlands, Jelly. Hey Jelly, how you doing, man? Talking of Jelly, we've seen this orange recipe before. The skin actually looks brilliant. I'd be intrigued to share some of those tutorials you found if you've got some really good ones, because this team is shaping up to be really lovely. But look at this. You've got dark skin fade, you've got light skin mixed in, just pallid flesh. It looks like a lot of washes. I'm still a massive fan of the orange. Like, it just pops. Look at that. The skin finish clashes with the dark green and the orange brilliantly. So yeah, this team should be one of your favourites. The painting's great. The overall finish is just going to be superb. And it's just horrid. It's just Nurgle teams are just so creepy. Look at that. That is just so creepy. Jelly, looking awesome. And next up, we've got Casey. Hey guys, it's Hobby ADD week. I should really finish building the Knight, but the Snots and Shadow Stalkers are calling to me. What should I tackle first? Thanks for all the great content. Okay, you build the pump wagons. 20 hobby points. They're challenging, shall we say. Yeah, probably best to sub-assemble them. Love that. So, got all the Snotlings primed. That's fantastic. These Shadow Stalkers miniatures are really cool. Really cool. I would say paint whatever you've got coming up soonest. At the moment, that might be absolutely nothing. In which case, paint what you fancy painting. Some sneaky Space Marines in the background there. That armour is really nice. And some, what I'm going to assume, are spider's eggs. Which I'm intrigued by. Really intrigued by. But then, there's a knight as well. Which knight is this? I'm not sure, actually. I'm a bit out of the loop with my 40k. But it looks pretty sweet. I'm in the market for a knight. That's my it's my birthday treat. I'm going to pick up a Chaos Knight, I think, just as a massive painting project that I probably won't have time to do. This looks cool. I think go for the Shadow Stalkers. I love the Snotling team, but it won't take long to do Snotlings. Go for the Shadow Stalkers. They're pretty awesome. There you go. Getting ready for Warcry there. Fantastic. David. So, hey Ben, hope you and everyone at the Bonehead podcast is well. Actually, everyone is good, thank you. With the 2020 box now all finished, Amy and I have moved on to our Elves and Lizardmen. Sadly, the cold weather seems to have affected our priming and has resulted with a bit of mottling. Wouldn't worry too much about it. We've tried to turn those points to armor damage or scars. That's exactly the right thing to do. That's brilliant. Not much to write home about with the Elves. I'm using the studio's Elfheime Eagles themes. I love those colours, but there's so much yellow and so many nooks, crannies and crevices. Amy's Lizardmen are looking a little bit more exciting with the colours looking really vibrant. She also had a lot of more fun building them than we did with the Elves and their shoulder pads. The Elves, man. I built the Elves at 1 AM when they landed, and oh, that was stressful. That was really stressful. Anyway, David, this is looking really cool. So, I like the mottling work on the scales there. And look at this team. Okay, so I can see you got a little bit of... That's not much at all. Wonder what prime have you gone with? That looks great. To be fair, that purple-yellow scheme is really good. It's really solid. This team's looking great. Absolutely brilliant. And so is this one. Yeah. This team is really fun to paint. So great work with the head crests and everything. You can kind of just paint some fun bits, some organic bits. You've got scales. You can throw in some random colours, some vibrant. You called it. This looks great. And I still love the Chameleon's Lego hands that give it a cheeky passing of 3+. Love it. Love Great Saurus as well. I love these team. I love this team. Look at that. Great work on the eye as well. And where you can do sort of like spot highlighting or edge highlighting on the fins and stuff, it really means you can chuck an absolute ton of colours into Lizardman. Overpowered stunties. Right. Nice work on the gems. Ah, and having to paint each one of these. Like you said, nook and crannies, and that's a whole lot of yellow. Matt, some Chaos Warriors for Obliteration United, my Chaos Chosen team. 1 for each. So this is Khorne, so taking a bit of a Blood Reaver's hand there to boost it up, and a Chaos Helmet with some extra skulls, because skull for the Skull Throne. This looks to be the Nurgle version, so I don't know if that's a Blight King or just a Nurgle Space Marine shoulder pad. You've got the bell, you've got the chain with another bell bit, you've got the Nurgle head there. That's a great job. Slaanesh, I'm going to assume, with the greebly tentacles and a whole bunch of extra spikes and stuff. That looks pretty sweet. And this has got to be Tzeentch. I think that's a bird head with a whole bunch of weird mutations. That is really cool. Love Chaos. Love the different versions. Interested to see if Games Workshop expand more and go for more than just the Nurgle team. That is very cool. Ooh, and so is this. Christopher, just wanted to share some pics of my Black Pork team. So far I've finished 1 Black Orc and 1 Goblin. It's a lot of fun to work with these models. Love the show and stay safe. What can we say about these miniatures, man? Just an incredible paint job. I love seeing this style. These minis are really cool, actually. I can't remember where they're from. Did it actually just say? I can't remember where they're from, but I think Rich Saxby would love them, because he likes the whole boar element of it. But no, that's really cool. The paint job's lovely. Look at the blending on the shoulder there with the number. Like, look at that. That's just absolutely lovely. And I think we've got another photo here. So this is one of the black... No, this is a conversion with a boar head and boar legs on the actual Black Orc miniature. Have you sculpted this? This is ridiculous. That's awesome. That is a very cool way to do the little goblin as well. If you are sculpting these, this is awesome work. And more awesome work here, Jez. Hey Ben, hope you're well. Enjoying your new Sevens content. Look forward to you covering my favourite teams. Thanks, Jez. So I'm still working on my Snotling team. I finally finished all the Snotlings. They're all glossy from being varnished at the moment, but I thought I'd share my Troll work in progress. I've gone for an opposite skin colour to the other Troll, which has pale flesh to something very dark. He's very different to any Troll I've done before, and I'm still not sure I like him. Got some straps and team colours to apply yet. Let me know what you think. Okay, so the painting quality is obviously just quality. Like, it's really, really, really nice. I like it. I think you'll find that when the team colours go on, that skin is just going to provide a really nice contrast, and then you'll know if it's too dark or not. I don't think it's going to be too dark. The blending's lovely. Getting that blue in there is really cool. The patch of skin on the stomach is excellent, and I have no doubt this is going to go together with the team brilliantly. And the cool thing about this is if you do a couple of big guys, they're going to get personality within your local league as well. And Derek now, I thought it'd be interesting to dig up some of my old Bloodball models and do a comparison with the latest versions. It's also a chance to compare painting from last century to the present day. The second team I painted this year is the Elfheime Eagles. Fiddly models to put together, absolutely. That's twice someone said that now. But some of the most dynamic poses of any team, absolutely. So you've gone for the classic yellow and purple scheme. Apparently that's popular at the moment, and the team looks fantastic. I love these. I love the elf team, and they got real good in this edition as well. Compare these to the earlier plastic versions from Dungeon Bowl, along with some metal variants. I think I nailed the eyes. Oh, look at that. That is old school. They do not make white paint the way they used to, do they? That is that is fantastic. That is just so retro. You even got some of the old bases, and those bases they used to mark out positionals, because it was just, you had one type of model. There was one human plastic and one orc plastic model in the second edition box set. One pose, that was it. You used the little coloured tabs on the bases to determine whether they're blockers, blitzers, etc. And then they did Dungeon Bowl that had bright orange dwarves and bright yellow plastic elves, and this is them mixed in with some classic second edition metals. And we got a comparison. Man, elves got big, didn't they? Still strength 3, still armor 8+. Absolutely brilliant. Superb job. Side by side, they're pretty much all night and day, but at the time they were awesome. And they were awesome. Just awesome. I love it. So retro. That's fantastic, Derek. That is really cool. Dan now. Hey Ben, thanks for your continued enthusiasm and fantastic content. Thanks, Dan. Quick update of what I've been able to get through in the last couple of weeks. I've nearly finished my Black Orc team now, and they've been really good fun to paint. The 50-50 mix of goblins and orcs made for reasonably sized batches for painting quickly-ish. I'm finding the same. It's pretty cool. Just a couple of extra bits to do before basing, varnish and decals. Yeah, looking really good. So this is the New York Giants theme, is it? If it's not, it looks like it. Really cool. Great edge highlighting. Now, the great thing about Bloodball miniatures is because you're playing and they're like 12 to 18 inches away, you want a little bit, you want that stark pop. And these miniatures look clean and they pop brilliantly. So absolutely cool. Love this. Love this too. For the nobility though, after the first 3, I decided to do the rest of them in one big batch, and it's been a bit of a miserable experience. Ah, Dan. I like to be able to see progress and the final product appear as I work. You just don't get that with a big batch. My patience suffers as a result. However, after a productive Super Bowl night, what did you think of the Super Bowl? The base coat, initial shading and gold trimming is at a point now where I can pick them off a couple at a time and get them finished, so I'm hopeful the last stretch will be a bit more satisfying. Yeah, we talked about this on the last podcast. Ian has this idea of tapering, so he like just base paint a colour on as many miniatures as you can be bothered to do, and then do the second colour on as many miniatures as you can put. The idea is that it kind of tapers down, so like everyone gets primed, most of them get base coloured, then you get more detail, and you finish with a couple at a time, and it kind of gives you some more motivation to finish the team. But I love the scheme, love the Saints style scheme. I just love it. I just love this thing, and I like the way you've taken the crests off. They actually look pretty good, don't they? I really wish Games Workshop did like alternate heads for all of their miniatures. That'd just be incredible. Maybe we need to get some sculpted. So that is really cool, Dan. And the last thing we're going to look at today, sorry if we've missed your stuff, there's a ton to go through, so thank you very much. We'll try and fit it into next show if we've not got to it this time. Hey Ben, finally got the first Necromancer gang complete, and now working on a test model for my second gang. My Grebo lizards are still on the table, and then received my Grebo orcs. Ooh. Couldn't resist building the giant when I opened it. Keep up the good work, Orkster. Cheers, Orkster. So we've seen these develop all the way along. The blue is fantastic. I love the skull faces. I love the skull colour, actually. It's just awesome. I love Necromancer. I like where they've gone with it from a design point of view, but look at the detail. Orkster, these guys look fantastic, man. The base is it just sets the tone for the miniature. The base and the skin kind of work together, and then you've got that blue just absolutely ultramarining everywhere. These guys are cool as well. These guys belong in a Blood Bowl team somewhere. Not with the guns, I'll admit, but the rest of it works pretty sweet. And there you go, the finished shot for the entire gang. I think these guys are going to have to be on my pickup at some point list. Because the miniatures look great. Orkster, this looks great. As does this. So this, I don't think you even mentioned this. I'm working up a test model for my second gang. I love they're not Adeptus Arbites, are they? They're Enforcers. I love the Enforcers for this. So this unit is from the starter set because it comes with those big boys with the shields. This is awesome. I love the green. It clashes well with the red, the blue and the yellow. Yeah, this is going to look sweet. I love the hash marks on the base as well. And look at that giant. That is monstrous, isn't it? That's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 humans high. That's like massive. Love it. Cannot wait to get giant miniatures back onto the Blood Bowl pitch because it's just completely and utterly unnecessary. And that is, I think, probably my favourite way to play Blood Bowl. Anyway, guys, incredible stuff this week. Thank you very, very much. If you've got some stuff you're working on you want to share with everybody, then drop us an email at theboneheadpodcast at gmail.com, and I will try and get to everybody's content. There's so much great hobbying going on, and I think, hopefully, everyone's kind of like, right, you've got 2 months, and then the world can start reopening a bit. At least that's why I'm powering through with my teams, is because I kind of got an end goal of when we can play again. I want to have 4 or 5 painted teams so that I can get straight onto recording some games with the people as soon as it's safe to do so. Anyway, guys, I'm going to disappear now. Thank you so much for submitting all your work. It looks fantastic. Get in contact with what you're working on. And yeah, join us again soon for some more Blood Bowl content. Happy painting, everybody. Thanks very much for watching, we really appreciate your support. If you want to support the show even further, please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. Or come and join us in our Patreon, link below, where you get early access to our content and monthly competitions. See you later.